Hey guys, back for another video. I really appreciate all the feedback I got on my last video. So I'm going to answer some questions addressing some of the comments that I got on both my post and on my video. So someone asked if I was going to do more what I eat in days, and I'm currently filming one today. I'll probably have it posted tomorrow. The other question was about my weight gain to weight loss and what I did in order to make that process happen. And then the other question was about postpartum weight loss, which I'm going to kind of throw that into this answer as well. So here's the thing that a lot of people don't understand is that when you adopt this lifestyle, this high carb, low fat, plant-based vegan diet and healthy lifestyle, most people are going to gain weight because they haven't been eating a high carb diet their whole life. Most kids naturally gravitate to a high carb diet, and so if you were to adopt this diet, say, you know, you're eating like the standard American as a kid, or you're eating like the way I did as a kid, which was a lot of like sweet foods, sweet treats, some animal products. That's just the way that I was raised. But a lot of like high carb foods. Actually, I lost a lot of weight in college after I gained the freshman 15, and I was pretty active. This is before I had like started dieting. And I actually had adopted a high carb, low fat diet. Still had animal products, but at the time, this was like 2007 or something. I had no clue like what I was doing, or I wasn't aware of the information that I know now. So that's just the reality of the situation. Is if you're coming from any kind of fasting, calorie restriction, low carb diet, you're gonna most likely gain weight coming to this lifestyle. How long that weight sticks around really depends on how effed up you got your body. So how much your metabolism has kind of suffered from dieting and just eating an unnatural diet. The natural diet of humans for us to be healthy and lean is a high carb, low fat diet. Anything that is not that creates a state of metabolic damage where it slows our metabolism down. We go into ketosis. It creates, damage and toxicity within cells. So that's just something to be aware of. For me, I adopted a high carb diet in 2012, coming directly from like calorie restriction and fasting. And I probably peaked with my weight gain in 2013, and then it stuck around until 2014, and then 2015 is when I started noticing my weight was coming down, and it came down and kind of plateaued, and now I'd say I weigh about 150 pounds, and I fluctuate, up some and down some. And with my pregnancies, I noticed that my first pregnancy, I gained like 22 pounds. My second pregnancy, I gained 35 pounds. And then after my first pregnancy, I lost all the weight pretty quickly after my second pregnancy. Maybe it's because I had a C-section. The weight loss was a little slower. Both times I was doing the same diet. But there has been times, I'm just going to be honest, during this whole process of the 7 years that I've been high carb vegan, I have not eaten enough, and sometimes it's been intentional, sometimes it hasn't been intentional. So that just delays your progress. That's why I'm sharing, so that you don't have to make that same mistake. Anytime you're choosing to not eat a high carb, low fat food and you're hungry, that is going to slow your metabolism down. Anytime that like say you're on that Whole Foods wagon and you're like, oh, that has sugar in it, so I'm just going to choose not to eat. I actually think McDougall recommends that in his book. That's not what you want to do. Now, if it has animal products in it, F that off. You don't need to eat that. But it also comes, the biggest reason why I'm still doing this is because I plan and I'm consistent. So that is my biggest tip, is to just be consistent with this lifestyle. The results of this lifestyle, this diet and lifestyle, are cumulative. So it means that you have to be doing, the diet and the lifestyle where you're eating high carb, low fat, sufficient calories, vegan, plant-based, letting the majority of your calories come from, fruits, vegetables, starches, pasta, potatoes, rice, foods like that, with the addition of like sugars and things to help you get the calories in. And then exercising, daily cardio at a talking pace, whether you're walking, jogging, or cycling. I cycle 7 days a week. It's very rare that I'm not on a bike, whether it's a stationary bike or my outdoor bike, but a lot of times of the year I can't get out on my bike, or I'm watching my kids, so I use my stationary bike. Then I jog about 2 to 3 times a week. Sometimes I'm jogging, sometimes I'm taking breaks from jogging. So the bike is what allows you to be the most consistent with exercise. The other factors, sleep. You want to make sure you're able to sleep 8 to 10 hours. I did a lot of sleeping early on in my journey, and I really think that helped create a foundation for me where I definitely encounter sleep deprivation on the regular now, being a mom of 2 kids, but I'm able to recover and not be, I think, as affected by it as I would if I was just to stop adopting this lifestyle, becoming a new mom. So make sure you get your rest and your sleep in. Well, like I mentioned in my last video, I definitely feel like my body is functioning not as optimally as it could if I was getting more regular sleep. So my sleep is kind of hit or miss. But because the results are cumulative, so you're kind of planting seeds and you're taking care of this, this garden of diet and lifestyle, where once it gets going and your plants are growing, then they're good, but they're still subject to damage. Like if you just decide to go binge out on a bunch of fatty foods, which won't happen if you're eating enough high carb foods every day. Or if you decide to just completely stop exercising, which isn't healthy for your body, you're going to start encountering eventually digestive problems, just from your muscles atrophying, both, on your muscular skeleton and then within your gut. And then neglecting the sleep, that just complete train wrecks you if you do that enough. So that's my biggest tip, is to just be consistent. The results come from the consistency, from the daily consistent efforts. If you're trying to lose weight, no oil, no fats, like overt fats. Keep your dietary fat to a minimum. I recommend people consume under 20 grams a day if you're really serious about weight loss. 30 grams a day I think is like, you can still like fit some of those foods in, but how much do you want it? That's what it comes down to too. If you are craving fatty foods, you just need to eat more carbohydrates. So that's as simple as it is. And this is the same, I have done the same thing for postpartum weight loss, just sticking to the lifestyle, day in, day out, eating the same foods, exercising. Naturally with pregnancy you gain weight from your hormones, so a lot of what this process is rebalancing hormones. Once your hormones are at a healthy level, then your weight naturally comes down to a lean body weight. And then during pregnancy, your estrogen's elevated, so you naturally gain weight. It's just a natural process, but you're never going to gain an exorbitant amount of weight if you are following this lifestyle very, very strictly. And even by saying strictly, it still allows for a lot of, wiggle room in terms of your food options. They're unlimited when it comes to this lifestyle. If you think about the majority of what people eat, you know, that's always a grain, fruits, vegetables. We're just not putting oil on anything and not eating animal products, which have both shown to be detrimental to human health. Now, my children do consume more fat in their diet. Naturally, I think that children just need more calories, and it's harder for them with their little bellies to get enough calories in. So Lily in particular, she likes to have some oils and fattier plant food options, but she is listening to her body and doing what she needs to do for herself. So that's it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. I hope I answered the question, and I'll see you guys next time. Leave me some more questions in the comments. All right, bye guys.
Bye.